Hey everyone, and welcome back to Joy at Work. It's good to have you. It's May 1st, 2020. Yeah, the month of May has started, and boy, time's flying even in this new normal. Over the past couple of weeks, we've talked about a variety of things I think that are generally a result of the pandemic and how we just navigate and cope through it. This channel is really about joy at work. But what one of the interesting things about that is, joy at work pretty much requires joy outside of work. And while the channel is really focused on the things you can do in the workplace to find joy, the reality is if you don't have joy outside of work, it's really challenging to have joy at work. It's not impossible, but it is challenging. It's difficult. So the two things really reinforce each other. The objective of starting the Joy at Work channel was really because I have a lot of folks that I worked with, I interact with in social circles who don't believe that work is a place where you can find joy. They think that that's something you find outside of work, and work is a place you go to just to meet maybe your financial obligations or your societal obligations, whatever the case may be. I truly believe it's possible to find joy at work. You have to be intentional about it and do a whole bunch of other things, but it's possible. But today I want to talk about joy outside of work because joy outside of work impacts work. And even more so now that all of us are, many of us, not all of us, we got to remember frontline workers, whether it's healthcare workers or those in grocery stores or other emergency services who are going out there every day on our behalf. We remain grateful to you. So we still have people going out to work and leaving their homes, but a large number of people like me are spending the majority of their time working from home. And it really dawned on me more so now that, if you will, home and work and those lines are very, very blurred, right? Like, what are your office hours? Are they truly 9 to 5? For me, I've tried to keep some, what's the word? Some type of routine or structure so that I don't find myself waking up at 6 and working all the way to 9 p.m. at night because that can easily happen. In fact, what's interesting is that when we weren't in this situation, it wasn't very hard to get back from work and then find oneself on the computer for 2 or 3 hours doing additional work. Working from home has kind of forced me to do something different, to be more intentional about that. But again, let's get back to joy outside of work, if you will, whatever that might be. And really, what I want to talk about today is something I read this week that I actually made a deep impression on me, and it was a statement by a gentleman, Philip Authier. He said, don't let a day, and I'm paraphrasing, don't let a day go by where you don't do something that you love. And that was really impactful to me. Don't let a day go by where you don't do something that you love, right? Look to do something that you love and look to do it outside of the work context as well, whatever it might be. For some people, it might be playing a musical instrument. For others, it might be reading, playing games, whatever the case might be, just sitting down and calling people. I don't know what it is. We all have different things that we enjoy doing, that bring us joy outside of the work context. But this challenge to do something every single day that we love was really just powerful to me because it creates a sense of intentionality, it creates a sense of focus. And, when we care for ourselves outside of work, then self care, when we care for ourselves outside of work, then we help ourselves even perform better at work. So at this time, it's probably very easy for people to, in a way of coping with all that's going on, not do the things they love. And maybe some of the things you love to do, you can't do them right now. Now, many states are opening up, so maybe you'll have the ability to do those things, or maybe you'll have to be very careful about doing those things. But this might be a time to find and try new things. So maybe you've always wanted to bake. This might be a time to bake. You might have to not bake every single day for health reasons, but maybe you bake once a week. Maybe you've wanted to learn something new, learn a new language, maybe play a new instrument. Maybe you've wanted to write a book. Maybe there's just something you've wanted to do that you haven't had the opportunity to do, or explore things that you haven't had the opportunity to explore. I know for me, one of the things I didn't do for a long time was play video games, but in this period, I find myself playing video games with my kids a couple of times a week, and I've really come to enjoy that, and it's become part of our new family routine over the last 6 or 7 weeks, however long it's been. So look for something you love to do. Find something new. If the things you love to do are challenged by our current circumstances, might be an opportunity to find something else. And finding joy outside of work just has benefits for the time you spend at work. So joy at work is extremely important. Joy outside of work, who knows, might be more important. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all next week. Take care. Bye.